What's the most shameless double standard you've ever encountered? When Dad got diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, Lucas dropped out of college immediately. He was 19, had a scholarship, and was studying engineering. But Dad needed someone to drive him to chemo, manage his medications, and handle insurance paperwork. Mom worked 2 jobs to cover the medical bills, so Lucas became Dad's full-time caregiver. He slept in hospital chairs, learned medical terminology, and held Dad's head when he vomited after treatments. He tracked every medication, appointment, and symptom in a detailed notebook. For 2 years, Lucas put his life on hold. He worked night shifts at Walmart, rushing home to take Dad to morning appointments. He lost his girlfriend, his friends, and his dreams of becoming an engineer. But he never complained because family comes first, Dad always said. Dad beat cancer after 2 years of treatment. At his cancer-free party, he gave a speech about fighting through hardship. He praised Mom for working so hard but never mentioned Lucas. When Lucas asked why, Dad said, "That's what children are supposed to do for their parents." 3 months later, Lucas started getting intense headaches. His vision blurred, and he'd forget simple things. Mom wanted him to see a doctor, but Dad said he was being dramatic. Probably just stressed from working too much, he said, though Lucas had been working to pay off Dad's medical bills. One morning, Lucas collapsed at work. The hospital found a brain tumor. It wasn't cancer, but it needed immediate surgery. The doctor said Lucas would need someone to care for him for at least 6 months during recovery. Lucas couldn't work, so he couldn't afford the surgery. He asked Dad to help with the $5,000 deductible. Dad refused, saying, "I just paid off my own medical bills. I can't afford more debt." He just bought a new fishing boat for $20,000. When Lucas reminded Dad how he'd dropped everything to help him through cancer, Dad exploded. "That was different. I'm your father. Parents aren't supposed to take care of their kids once they're adults. You're 21 now. Handle it yourself." Mom was furious. She divorced Dad a month later and mortgaged her house to pay for Lucas's surgery. During his recovery, she took care of him the way he'd cared for Dad. She learned his medications, drove him to appointments, and held him when the pain was too much. Dad never visited Lucas in the hospital. Instead, he posted on Facebook about how ungrateful today's generation is, expecting handouts from their parents. He even complained that Lucas and Mom had abandoned him right after his cancer battle. Lucas recovered fully after 8 months. He moved in with Mom, went back to college, and is finishing his engineering degree. Dad still tells everyone how he fought cancer alone, while his family abandoned him. Last week, Dad called Lucas. He's been diagnosed with cancer again and needs someone to help him through treatment. "Family has to stick together," he said. Lucas hung up the phone and blocked his number.